Now, something here in the Cock and Plucker, it's something really funny I recently found, is you see that Teddy and Squirrel just having a drink, having a good time? Eventually, the Teddy will say something so offensive and the Squirrel will come over and slap him. Kinda funny. Now, when you first open the game, you have a little scroll out, like kind of an old Looney Tunes-esque scroll out. If you actually zoom in, you can mess up that scroll and you'll zoom into the scroll itself. Got Scrollception up in here. Now, in this chapter, they added a lot of trees, and the trees have a few Easter eggs of their own. This one, not in particular, but over here, we have a little carving. Aww, Conker loves Barry, how sweet. Now, over here, you may have noticed at the beginning of the game, when I showed you the opening, that this sign has been changed. It's no longer nice and nasty, it is now the queen bee and the wasps. Which kind of makes more sense, especially when you come over here and talk to the queen bee. Because she said, just follow the signs. And if you look at it originally, nice and nasty, that doesn't really make sense. If there were only two places to choose from, well, there you go. So, I guess it added something? I'll leave that to you guys to debate about.
Okay, calm down. I'll go and get it for you. Now, where is it?
Oh, just follow the signs. Oh, whatever.
Indeed. Anyway, fuck your shit. We have a cooler Easter egg up in here. Right here, this tree, it has 5 rings. A lot of people speculate that this is just a regular tree, but really, it's an Easter egg that shows the time of development between Bad Fur Day and Live and Reloaded. 5 rings, 5 years. Now here's the biggest helpful hint that Rare gave you in this remake. You now know where the worms are going to show up, which is so helpful. This is probably the one addition that I really, really liked.
Oh, how much?
A lot. Come back when you got more money. Go on. On your
Now this is actually one of the funnier ones. Not only does Mr. Barrel live in a moonshine barrel, but if you get too close and zoom in, he disappears. I had no idea that happened until I was trying to look at the moonshine insignia. But if you get too close and zoom in, he just vanishes. So funny. And, oh, goddamn worm! Well, thanks for helping me get down at least. Now, over here, remember how I said that these guys were all over the place? I wasn't kidding. And, by the way, this middle section here, when I said it slowed you down in the first game, it doesn't anymore. It's just a normal patch of grass. But these guys, in every major section of the game, they just make it annoying to kill them over and over again. Now here's one of the biggest pussifications this game could ever do. This is pretty much the second boss of the game, and I'm outrunning them like it's no problem. They even go off the screen for the rest of this run. Now I even stopped to see if they would actually attack me. And it took them a couple seconds, and by the way, floating beehive, because the graphics are good, but they're not perfect. But I stopped and let them attack me to see if they actually would, because I didn't think the game had the balls to hurt me this early in the game. And also, a little something that doesn't match. Remember how I said some of the audio and visuals don't match? Where'd the third bee go? They killed him off screen because the audio did not match the visuals. If you need to re-record, fucking re-record! All the Money now has a cool-looking cigar. That's pretty nice. Makes them seem tougher than they really are. And I think they're actually $1 bills now instead of $10 bills, which makes more sense. Oh yeah, ever wondering what happens when you go back after the wasps are gone? Jesus Christ! Gets you every time. So yeah, we won't be going back there for a while.
Oh, I see.
a little Easter egg I found while playing through this again. This manual actually says Instruction Manual version 2.0 coming soon. Kind of blurry, but you can tell if you're playing by yourself. Now, biggest addition, crosshairs. We got dual sticks now. It's much easier to aim. Very, very helpful. Now my entire strategy of shooting 2 bullets, null and void now that you can freely aim, but it still works. See, look, there are 3 of these little monsters here, and they just get annoying to kill. The sign has changed, and also, just to check my theory on the clock, I even paused it. Look at that! He's got a couple more minutes till 10! He can wait. Alright, there are some idle animations that I missed, and some that were added to Live and Reloaded, such as taking a drink and breaking the glass, taking a drink out of a soda can and actually crumpling it up, and there's 2 things you can do here. Hitting the camera is the first one, and if you are near a body of water, it realistically falls in. Pretty nice.
Hey, I'd like to get home at some point. Thank you very much.
Told you there was a 4th one.
Big hand.
That's not as funny as... Nope, I still can't tell time. Now, his magazine has changed. It's now a fur-only dirty magazine. And on the back, there is actually the manual for this game. Or the player's guide. Now, this is a weird one. What if Xbox had a handheld? Rare thinks this is what it would look like. Okay, I'm open to imagination. So, there we go. We have gotten through the first part of Windy. We'll definitely be going back. That's kind of like the main hub world, but next time on Conker's Bad Fur Day, we'll be hitting up the Barn Boys, heading inside the barn and seeing what's going on in there. See you guys next time. Combo Breaker!